a new 10% tariff on Canada. Different law, but same pain. This is Jack Jackson, Manufacturers Daily. Let's get into it. So, back in February, the Supreme Court, U.S. Supreme Court, shot down the tariffs. But the Trump administration then turned to a protective laws of Section 322, 232, 121. I can't even remember the numbers anymore. You have to look at the other episodes because the newsreel is changing very fast in the beginning of June here as we head right towards July 1st, the sunset clause. So, but there is a new one now, a 10% one. And let's see, this is called the Section 301, forced labor tariffs. So that means for Canadian manufacturers that we will have a 10% tariff if the U.S. finds that we're using forced labor in any of the goods, especially from unsanctioned countries. So this is proposed. It's not final. Public comments are open through July 6th. The hearing is scheduled for July 7th, but it's just another fact of what happens to us as manufacturers, as it did back on me last year, when you just can't make sense of what you're going to do and what you're going to and how you're going to do it when these constant. Well, okay, do I increase my price now? Do I increase my price another 10%? Do I just wait and see? I'm usually bidding on product supply quotes months ahead, 2 months ahead, 3 months ahead. How do I price today if I don't know what my cost is going to be after July 7th? Is it going to be up 10% more? Well, 10% more U.S. is actually 14% more Canadian. So it's that's most people's profit margins. If we even can exceed 14% or meet 14%, most of us will be happy campers. That just takes it all away, let alone the other top tariffs. Anyways, I'm not getting frustrated here. It's the same old story that we continually have to fear and figure out where we're going to go with all that. So here it is here. So Section 232 is the steel and aluminum derivative. It's 25% on full product value now. Used to be, in my day, it was just on the aluminum content. Section 122 is another 10% on most good runs until July 24th unless Congress extends it. And then 301 is the proposed 10% if finalized. Add on top of that, then the origin of smelt, if it's Canadian or Chinese, or if it's God no, if it's Russian. We all talked about that before. So here's the part that most manufacturers haven't thought though, and the forced labor investigation isn't about whether you forced the labor in your facility. It's about where the goods were produced, and you don't even know, as I didn't know. I just bought from our fabricator who purchased our aluminum. When we found out it was from China, we got slammed with tariff after tariff after tariff. So how do you do this? Well, I guess I'll read this here. This is the best way to say it. Any Canadian manufacturer, trade association, or industry group can submit their comments to the USTR, arguing that the proposed 10% rate is wrong, too broad, or should be exempt. The public hearings on July 7th. This is not theoretical. Comment periods are on Section 301. Investigations have produced real exemptions and real adjustments in the past. The USTR reads them. Industry associations coordinate the submissions. So our Canadian Chamber, the CME, the Canadian Chamber, and sectoral groups are already preparing their responses. So if you'd like, get in there and talk to your association and make sure your voice is heard. One more thing worth noting, the USTR released these findings yesterday morning, the same week that the Canadian Trade Minister was in Washington requesting that the 16-year CUSMA renewal be just renewed. The same week that Section 232 restructuring took place, where the same week as June 1st where Congress notifications deadline for Greer's recommendations. of when he was in Mexico. So, where are we now? A new proposed 10% tariff on Canadian goods, Section 301 authority, different law than the IEEPA, but the same result on your invoice. You're going to see a 10%. Again, it's not complete. July 7th is a hearing. We'll know by then. The comment period closes actually July 6th. So talk to your industry association, know your supply chain documentation, and make sure your CUSMA certificates are current, because preferential treatment is the only thing standing between you and a full stack of tariffs, stack on top of each other over and over and over. I'm Jack Jackson, Manufacturer Daily. Let's get your business across the border. Call me for a free 30-minute consultation. The link is in the description below. Let's have a great day, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.